By now, you have probably seen all the new towers coming to the Nightmare Mode update. Here are all of them in case you've been living under a rock. However, out of all these towers, I'm going to focus more on the two spawner towers, being the Behemoth and the War Machine, because I want to present a possibly controversial theory that the Behemoth will be stronger than the War Machine. Behemoth being stronger than War Machine? You must be crazy. What type of dumbass idea? Wait, hear me out, alright? First off, I wanted to ask you this. Why? Why does War Machine seem like the stronger tower? I ran a poll here and it seems that a majority of you seem to think this. However, there has been no leaks for any of the stats for either of these towers, so it seems strange to see such a large disparity. What could have possibly influenced this? It's very clear that the War Machine is the designated poster child of the new Nightmare Towers, having by far the most promotional content, leaks, and screen time in the trailer, so it's not wrong to assume it would be the strongest too. This leak even explicitly shows that the War Machine spawner building is larger than the Behemoth one, and everyone knows bigger is better. So why do I think the Behemoth will be stronger? Well, because of balancing. The key difference between the Behemoth and the War Machine is how the spawned units behave. The Behemoth behaves like a normal spawned unit, but the War Machine actually has a brain. It can stop in place to give itself more time to shoot the enemy. Genius, I know. But this key difference is why I believe the Behemoth will be stronger. If the War Machine is both stronger and can stop in place, there would be no reason to use the Behemoth over it. You could argue that the War Machine could just be more expensive, and that it would be more of a golden version of the Behemoth. But I'm pretty sure the devs are not going to power creep new towers, so I don't see this as a likely outcome. The only outcome I can see happening to keep both towers relevant is this. The individual Behemoth unit will be stronger than the War Machine unit, but since the War Machine can stay still, it will be able to deal more consistent damage overall. This would make the Behemoth more viable on longer maps like Singularity and Junction, while the War Machine would excel in shorter, more difficult maps like Survival 202 and Coliseum. Still don't believe me? Let's look at some existing units. Here are some of the strongest units in TDX capable of stopping, excluding power-ups. Now compare that to the M1X Abrams, and you tell me which unit is stronger. Keep in mind, the Armored Factory is the weakest out of all the traditional spawner towers, and we are comparing it to the strongest units that can stop. So once I add these guys in, yeah, it's a no-brainer. But this again doesn't make Armored Factory or Zed strictly better than Barracks or Golden Mobster, even though its units are stronger. And that's a good thing. These towers serve different purposes and are used in different situations as they should be. So if we want to keep the game balanced this way, I could very well see the Behemoth tower spawning a stronger unit, but the War Machine's more reliable and consistent damage output would still probably make it the better tower, as the promotional content suggests. So, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think I'm an idiot? Share your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.